We're
All right,
live.
we are now live. This is the
Huh?
E.C.B.R.O. Discovery
Yeah,
News
right there.
broadcast. All
I
right,
got the camera right there.
all right. Looks like you got a little dark, Ray. Did you shut the lights off?
And give it an ambiance. You
Yeah,
can't see
yeah,
me?
I see you. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we're gonna. I think we ought to start off with the camping expedition that's coming up. We're gonna try some new. Gonna try some new strategies. We're gonna try to make a few structures of our own to see if we get any responses in the area. Do some calls and stuff like that at nighttime to see what goes on.
Oh yeah.
What do you, yeah, what do you guys? What do you got? What kind of ideas? Some ideas you got, Daniel?
Well, you know, every day I think of different things, and um, there's a lot of little things I like to try that they're nothing really special, but they're more interesting than But I know as far as stakeouts, nighttime investigations, especially till everyone gets to know, gets familiar with the area. Um, Especially around, I like to surround everybody around the lake, and especially up on the hill where me and you were sitting there, overlooking the whole view there.
Yeah.
Uh, Stay
Uh,
there until it starts to get dark, and then everyone, I don't know if everyone's gonna have night vision. I know I will. I know Tracy will.
Yeah. Well, the
Uh,
best thing to do on that
That's
is,
for next month, right?
what's
huh?
that?
That's the one for next month that you're doing?
Yep, yeah, the ECBRO camping expedition. Yeah,
Yeah. You was telling me about something like that.
yeah, it's gonna be May 3rd through the 10th.
Yeah.
Good.
Now remember, Daniel, the more
Why?
people,
Can I ask a question? Why you guys do these like Bigfoot hunts, but you guys do it like a week instead of doing it 2 3 months, the whole summer? No taking baths. You know what I'm saying? Surviving off the land if you have to, and
Oh,
just
that
speak up the place.
yeah, that would be good. Uh-oh, he just disappeared.
yeah, yeah, that'd be good. Now,
He's burning the house.
that'd be good. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good and everything.
I know. Burning the house. I'm asleep.
But when you
Anyway,
when you get in my area, where I live at, all I gotta do is go about 2 miles and I'm there.
I know you're right there.
Yeah, I'm
oh
right
yeah,
there at it.
Lucky man, God bless. Shit, if I was out there, I'd be out there right now. If it's not cold,
Well, the last time I had two boys from Maryland down here. One of them believed it and the other one didn't. But the last night we was there, we had two squatches come within about 60 feet of the camp and let out a big whoop and chattered, and one took off across the road and the other one took off behind the camp. And
did you catch it on at least on on recording voice recorder?
well, you wouldn't believe what I got that night. I got some paranormal on my audio that night. Weird.
Yeah, I don't have to go that far for paranormal. My house is full of that. Trust me. Go to one of those. I am part of a ghost group, and I put up a video my daughter's putting up. You see some real solid evidence of orbs. I mean, solid. I
really?
could share it on Bigfoot, but it doesn't have nothing to do with Bigfoot.
Right. Hey, you definitely have to share that. I like looking at that stuff.
Yeah, I love that, man. You don't know. It's definitely for real. There's definitely life after death. I believe that, man. Trust me. With everything that I've seen in my house, oh, yes.
Oh,
I don't have to go that far to do a ghost hunt.
yeah.
Yeah, all I have to do is put it in my daughter's room. That's where they hang out. I swear to God. What is it? It's what? It's off line? It's off line. That's what it is. Hold on a minute. Let me just put my phone.
Uh-oh.
23.
He's scattering again.
Yeah.
Back the microphone away from your mouth, dude.
All right, hold on.
Okay. Hey, you gotta tell him to he can't be having all that noise because it's going to distort everything he tries to say.
See, all right. I got him muted. How do I unmute him?
Just go up and hit the mute button.
There you go. Okay.
I don't know how that happened.
You sounded broke up again, Ray. No, I can't hear you yet. You were sounding real good or real clear earlier. Now I can't.
Oh, he's on Skype.
I still can't hear you. It's no bueno. No. No bueno. No comprehend. Comprendo.
How about now?
That's a little bit better.
Now?
It'll be better. Get better.
How about now?
All right, there you go. That's better.
Yeah, because you're coming in and out right now.
All right.
All right, how about me? How am I sounding?
I hear
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, Fred, loud and clear.
Yeah. Well, I ain't but 8 miles from you.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Working on it. I can
Can you hear me
see
now?
you.
Hello.
Are you on Skype?
How about now? Can you hear
Oh
me?
yeah, very good, man.
No. Okay, yeah. I could see that the bar is going up to 3 when I talk, so
Yeah, that's the way you want it.
now it's like having that mic in my mouth.
You got to have it next to your mouth.
Yeah, I got it right there, like about 3 inches from my lips.
All right, that's where you need to keep it then.
I don't know, you was hearing me before when I put it over there, like about 10 inches away, but guess something bugged out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see where I live at. I live right off the Appalachian Trail and Blue Ridge Parkway. And Daniel lives about maybe 2 miles, about 4 miles from the Parkway on National Forest. And down here we got over 130,000 acres of National Forest to play around on with these squatches.
Yeah, I definitely plan on picking up some. Hopefully, we get some good audio, maybe
Yeah.
even some good footage. I'll be happy if we get some. I
Oh,
know we're
yeah.
going to see a lot of signs and structures out there, but
Hey,
I definitely want to see some good signs of foot tracks, some good foot tracks. Maybe get some good castings in.
Well, see, that's why I want to go up there behind the reservoir, over to the back end of it, where the stream comes off the mountain and feeds into the reservoir.
Right.
That's where I want to go, because that right there, you got a 60-foot wall to your left of you. And we've had rocks chucked at us from off that rocks before, off that wall.
Right.
It's a solid granite wall.
Hmm.
But if you get up there at the right time, you can see a couple of mountain lions be bopping across the ridge over in front of you. That's when me and my brother go catfishing at night time.
Yeah, you talking about up behind the Stanton Dam, right?
Yep. That's up there too. That's part of the National Forest. Actually, that waterway is for Stanton city limits, or Stanton City. That's the water supply for them
Right.
and everything.
Hmm.
But so, how many do we expect to have at the camping trip?
Roughly around about right now, probably I'm estimating with me and you, Tracy. I'm going to estimate probably 12 to 15 at the moment, because a lot of people couldn't make it to last minute plans, and I know the one guy down in Georgia can't make it. Stuart Fleming, he's got family coming in the town that he hasn't seen in a while,
Right.
and as far as I know, Teresa from South Carolina, last I heard from her, she don't keep in touch too often, but she mentioned that she plans on it, but I don't know what's going on with her. So, and then
Well, Amanda's upstreet now.
if she comes, that'd be awesome though. So,
Yeah, I might be able to talk to Mom into coming too.
oh yeah.
Yeah, get that space case out there. Love it,
You know, one thing I got to keep in mind, um, Kimmy. I know she said due to health problems, she's limited on her walk and travel. So,
yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. Up at the reservoir, up there at Elkhorn Lake, we could put 5 at the back and 5
right,
on the side where the pier is, and then put about like 6 or 7 there at the restroom area. And that's where we were standing at that night. We got that the 4 clear yells like a real. I mean, just as clear. And then and that's where over on the pier side where the handicap piers are. That's where we saw the red eyeballs or saw the 2 eyes up on the. That's where I had that rock thrown at us. I was standing on the pier and Jeff was standing 5 feet in front of me or 10 feet, and the other boy was standing next to me, but he was on the path, and the rock hit the water, and I said, "Who threw the rock?" They said nobody. That's why I shined the light up there, and I seen those 2 eyes. That kid spaced out,
yeah,
but that kid went from a smart ass kid to he got quiet real quick and tucked his head, and he said, I asked him what's wrong. He said he saw something on top of the hill that terrified him. You know,
mm,
so they do like to hover around a lake. I
right,
did find that out because that's where deer come at nighttime to get water, that's where all the wildlife come to get water. Because you got a main stream that runs into Elkhorn. You got the main stream that runs into Stanton Dam. Yeah, you got the main stream that runs into the back of Brady's Pond.
yeah.
So the number one thing to look at is streams and creeks. Even that creek,
Hello.
where
Oh, no,
what happened?
he'll come back in. I didn't block him. I just yeah, because it was kind of messing up my screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now continue on.
Uh, okay. Well, anyway, waterways are the main structures up there right now because waterways are looking good right now because all the rain we've had, especially when, on the higher elevations coming down, like off the Parkway and stuff like that. So the
Right.
waterways is going to be a good source. Uh, Walking on the roads can be a good source, and just it's got it's got you know just kind of put people in certain areas, along the road or something like a quarter mile apart from each other, like maybe a group of 5 here and a group of 5 there. Have some nominate someone that's to be a crew leader for that particular group.
Right.
But all of us have walkie talkies.
Oh yeah.
Because if you get
Now keep
everybody
in mind.
together, what's that?
Oh no, I was gonna say, keep in mind. Remember, now from where we both last camped, we got those 2 locations, roughly
Yeah.
maybe about a mile up, about a mile up to the next bridge. Um, now, I I did tell you there about
Well, the guy had that
friend
watch come
who
across
had
the road.
yeah, he had the road crossing.
All right.
Well, in that area, remember we did try to attempt to go up in that area. It was really thick, full of a lot of laurel brush.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah. Well, I think we should work that area again, but I think getting through a lot of that thick stuff won't be a problem. I'm coming prepared.
You thinking of machete?
I got a really good machete though. This thing will cut through probably rock. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
we just need to find, trail. What I do is what I look for when I'm on the trail. I look for a trail probably it's about 8 to 10 inches wide, and it's just as flat.
Yeah.
But think about this: if you're in a like that portrait where I took you in the pine thicket, Paul made a good point when he told me that. He said if the squatch has been there, or if the squatch has not been in that pine thicket, when you walk a trail, you will have spider webs hit you in the face.
Right.
But
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
right, but if Squatch has been to there, you will not find any. And the last time I was up there, I hit 4 trails zigzagging that ridge that didn't have no spider webs on it. So
Hmm.
that's why I'm thinking back up in the mountains, we find because up in there you got a lot of fern trees and a lot of trails going up through there. Because when I see a trail that's like 10 inches wide And I mean, it's just as flat as a pancake. You can see what's being pushed down. That's the trail I like to follow. It's almost like a main trail, but it's kind of like off and out of the way from people.
Right.
You got deer trails, which a lot of wild animals will take. The Squatch Walker deer trail, like at when we was over about 50 yards before we got to the footprint, had that where it run up the side there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a deer trail. A deer will take the shortest route possible, the longest route possible to keep from getting tired. So they will, like a goat, they will walk a side of a ridge, but as they walk, they will go up as they're walking. You can walk further and not get as tired.
Right.
That's when you said, look at this trail here, you notice it was pushed down.
Yeah.
So, that told me it was something big that did that, but of course, it was a Squatch doing that.
You asked me about what other ideas I thought of. One was actually one thing I keep thinking about a lot of is something that came from you that you mentioned that Paul Halsley had given you the idea as far as trying to catch hare, running a trout line with a bunch of with a bunch of hooks.
Yeah.
And then baiting it above that area.
Yeah. What you do is you take a bunch of trout, little teeny trout, treble hooks.
Yeah.
And I got 6-pound test line that looks like 1 pound test line. When you hold it up, you can't see it. But you'll put that up about 4 by 5.5 to 6 feet across it. And you have it tied just light enough to where whatever hits it, it'll break or it'll come unravel. When it does that, it'll drag across him and part his hair if it doesn't jab it yet. So we'll probably get deer, maybe a bear, maybe a squatch. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, another thing I'm trying to keep in mind, I don't know how familiar whoever's coming, I don't know how familiar they are with outdoors and nature. But as far as the expedition goes itself, I know I make it well known on Facebook and in the groups that it's all part of the Discovery Project. But I also wanted to be a learning process for individuals that pretty much don't know any better. So
yeah,
I know when we were up there, we come across a lot of bear signs too. I mean, we know there's bear up there, and I mean I've seen the sign, but I've seen the claw marks on trees. We come across, that first time we camped up there. Remember that after the heavy downpour we had, I got up the next day over probably about 50 feet over in the ditch line. I saw the big massive bear paw. I mean, there was no doubt that was a bear paw. I mean that thing. I guess I would estimate 500-600 pound bear must have left that thing. Now I don't know. It could have been between 3 and 5. I don't know. But
well, a bear will walk into your camp if you leave stuff out. But they got
which I think we did pretty good about keeping it cleaned up as far as food wise.
Yeah, but they got what they call a radar nose.
Oh yeah.
The next time we're out there, you see a bear, say bear. Keep the tone down. Every time you say bear, and I look up, he is going in the other direction about 100 miles an hour. I'm like, oh man.
Well, I will tell you this.
You get excited.
As much as I see deer, I do the same thing with deer. I mean, I can see deer every day, and I'll still get excited. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's just me with, animal. I don't know. I just find it fascinating. Now, when I'm hunting, it's a different story. It's a different story when I'm out hunting. Because, I mean, I know I've been out hunting with Dad before, and he's walking ahead of me, and I'll spot deer before he does. I was like, Dad, I was like, I have to grab him on the shoulder, kind of more like sign language to him, hey, there's deer up there.
Well, today when I was going to Stanton, I was on Barbara Road. I got almost right there at the interstate, and it was almost a wreck. This doe come right out in front of this lady about 8 feet in front of her. He was wide open though, but I'm in the woods so much. If I see a bear, see a deer, I'll stop and I'll look.
Right.
I won't say a word because when you see an animal like that and you don't say a word, if you stand there, you can see how close he'll get to you. If they're coming your way, if you just stand there and just be still, I've had them come within 5 feet of me and never know I'm standing there, and I'm standing right out in the open.
Have you? I'm sure you have. Have you ever been up on the Parkway there by Big Meadows on the Shenandoah Parkway?
From I've been on over 100 miles of the parkway in every
Yeah.
direction.
Well, there's right there where the main travel center store is up on the Parkway.
Yeah,
There's sometimes during the summertime you get deer come all around the whole area. Well, me and Brianna, we were probably I don't know, we were within 20 feet of some deer, and over up behind the parking lot there were some deer bedded down in the bush. Some standing up, and we slowly worked our way over there, and it's like these deer were not scared at all. Me and
oh,
Brianna got within about 2 or 3 feet of these deer, and
yeah,
the thing is, they know they're unharmed up there because there's no hunting up there. It's like
yeah,
they're smart, they know better.
yeah. Because
So
you could when I was in the Boy Scouts, we camped up at up there on Loft Mountainside. We had it was the Boy Scouts from Augusta County, plus we had Girl Scouts from Richmond, and we would sit there at the picnic table, eat our breakfast, and deer would come up and take food off the table. They're not scared of you, period.
right,
So that's pretty good. But the deer, but the way I try to tell people, if you see a deer, just stop and just stand and just see what happens.
right.
If the wind's in the right direction, they'll walk right to you.
Hmm.
And the more you do that, the better you get in your stealth walk,
Right.
being quiet. That's what I try to tell people. If you learn to do that, you'd be surprised what you get. That's what I do when I go squatching. I walk a while and I hear something, I'll stop and I'll listen and I smell. That's one thing I've learned is to smell. I guess Ray ain't coming back
I don't know. I know you had a little one there to deal with, so I'm
because
not sure.
It said Ray has been removed from this video call.
Yeah. Well, see, I did that because it was interfering on my end, and I was afraid of losing uh signal. Well, not signal, but I was afraid it was going to mess my end up. So.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing I noticed about that. What's that Mexican boy's name that was Justin's partner?
Oh, you talking about Roe?
Yeah, Roe. Because when Carl Onslaught did an interview with Roe, he's Spanish or Mexican or something, and his family was loud and everything too.
Yeah.
That's one thing you notice about Shane when he does his thing. When he hears a noise, he'll immediately take
Mute
it.
it.
Yeah, mute it.
Yeah. Because well, I don't know how it sounded on your end, but with his background, I mean, it was really interfering. Since when I was muting him, you can hear a big difference. I mean,
Well, yeah, I could hear that. I could definitely hear
I
that.
think part of it's too is because well, you using the headphones and stuff, like you got earbuds in right now, don't you?
Yeah, well, the headphones I normally have, it got to the point where I had to shove the microphone in my mouth and talk. So I said, hell with it. Now my brother gave me these Delcam earplugs.
Yeah.
And I like
I
them.
got yeah, I got a real good set too if I wanted to use them, but for now I just prefer using the headset that you see here. Um, I have these other ones that work real good too. I mean, they're made for a phone, but they're these here. But right here on the end, it's got the connect where you can hang
Yeah.
up. Yeah,
Where'd
it's
you
got
get
the
them
butt.
at? Where'd you get them at? Dollar General?
Ah, yeah, I got these at Dollar Store and they work great. They're only $8 for them.
Hmm.
So, all
Interesting.
right,
Uh,
yeah,
but, it- but anyway, as far as camp trip goes, I mean, there's a lot of stuff we can try, but it's getting the people organized and well, I'd say the first night we were there, we would spend the time discussing different strategies, listen to what everybody's got to say, listen to their ideas, and we just try to kind of put them all together and come up with a real good plan where everybody is involved. You know, as far as making sounds, you know, like different sounds, wood knocks, you know, and whatsoever, you know, stuff like that. You know, that way it would give everybody a chance to get in there and, you know, really get down to the meat of the problem, you know. That's an idea I was thinking about.
Right. Shane said he can't come in. He's busy.
He's always busy. He's watching his he's watching his show.
Oh man.
Oh, he's watching his show.
All right,
Yeah,
Ray's gonna try. Ray's gonna try to come back in here.
oh,
Uh,
yeah,
he
like
just
you said, like I said, if we spend the first night, just you know, it's more or less meet and greet, and get everybody's idea of what, and just what they think and how they feel about it and everything, and that'll get everybody into what's going on.
yeah.
And then the second day, we'll spend the second day, going to these places during the day, and doing some day, like, I want to take a group up there behind the reservoir
Oh yeah.
because there's
I
two
never.
trails up there. You got a lower trail and an upper trail. The upper trail walks the top of the ridge all the way around the back of it. And then you got your lower trail that brings you around to the back, but it takes you down to the back of the reservoir, down to where you can fish at.
Hmm.
Oh, let me tell you something I got here. You
Yeah.
can,
Go ahead.
I'll have to order you one. Can you see it?
Oh, hold on. Let me get. It's on the other screen. All right. Hold on. Let me stop talking for a second. Hold on. My screen. My face is stuck up on the screen. Go ahead and start talking so your face picks up.
All right, it's a pocket pin fishing pole. It's 38 inches long. It's got a solid brass reel, open face reel.
Huh.
It's
Oh, hold it.
very,
Hold it back a little bit. You had it a little too close.
here it is right there.
Oh,
Here, I'll do it
okay.
this. Here, I'll do it this way here.
I mean, I was seeing it, but there was kind of a glare on it too.
Yeah, all right. Right here's the reel. Right there's the reel.
Oh.
Here's the reel, and this here is your fishing pole. It's all stuck up in there, and it's in a pin. You just take and put the lid on it,
Uh huh.
stick it back in your backpack, and and there you go.
That is
You're
pretty
well.
cool. Man,
$7 for that thing, man.
how much? 7?
$7, man. It's called a pocket.
Wow.
It's called a fish fry pin.
Now, what's that take? A 6 pound test?
That's what
Max?
that's what I got on. I got 6 pound on mine. Well, I got the
Yeah.
6 pound, and the reel is solid brass. And
Man.
you want to go
Hey, that's all
fishing?
you need to catch a. That's all you need to catch them trout out there.
Yeah, because there are some areas. I mean, they stock Brayley's Pond. They stock Elkhorn Lake. They don't stock Stanton Dam, but they stock the crap out of the streams around there. And
Yeah.
and there's a lot of natives up there. But the natives are like grease lightning. They see you, they ain't gonna hit. So you always got to kind of fish behind them because a trout will face upstream where the water's coming downstream. They face up. And that's where people screw up at. If you get behind some rocks, and kind of chuck it, it'll work. But
Hmm.
there's a lot of good trout up there, and that's one thing squatches go for is trout, crawdads. Um, um, we got what you call mountain mussel, which
Yeah.
looks like a clam. Coons get a hold of them at nighttime. You always know when a coon's around a creek when
Oh.
you find a bunch of empty shells.
Oh yeah.
That's a good food source. Crawdads is a good food source. For eating, just get your pan of water and take a couple empty cans, cut them in half, throw the claws in one, put their tails in the oven, throw them in the water, a little heat, let the water heat the can and cook them, and you eat them. There you go. There's your seafood. And that's something squatches eat too. They eat crawdads, frogs, anything that's with protein and vitamins they're going to eat. As far as berries, certain, like you got certain mushrooms that grow on the side of oak trees. You can take that and cook it up into like spaghetti sauce. You throw it in spaghetti. It's mushrooms, but it's a certain kind that grows on an oak tree. There's certain pine cones you can get nuts out of. If you find food sources like that, and you see signs of a squatch, it's a good area for squatches to be in. Because when I'm out there, I look for signs. If I lived out here and I was in, what would I eat? And once you start understanding what they eat and everything, that'll give you an idea what area they might be in. Besides the structures, like up in my area, I'll take and go into like behind the apple orchard, or I'll go up there behind Mill Creek Reservoir or Cold Springs Reservoir, and I look for food sources. First thing I go to is the creek, and I work my way from the creek up. Food sources: berries, morel mushrooms, just different stuff, that they might eat. Certain roots like sassafras. They pull sassafras, they can gnaw on it. It's like a health food. It's got some kind of stuff in it that stops a toothache or something like that. Gets rid of headaches. Just little stuff like that. You start learning stuff like that, and you look and find the structures and footprints and stuff like that. That'll give you a good idea on how good, or what's that word? I can't think of the word. Basically, what it is, like I say, you find a food source, you find your structures, you're getting close, especially if you find more structures. Tree bends, tree twists, laurel brush that's been twisted. Like I found the day beds. Only way I found them was I had a mushroom thrown at me. Went back the next day, took 12 steps, put them back against the tree, took 12 steps, and there was 3 day beds right there. They had take the laurel brush and they sewed them together and put brush on top to cover them up, and I never could see them.
Right.
It was less than 12 feet from me.
All right, we're gonna have somebody else join here shortly. She's a friend of mine. Her name is Jennifer, or you could just call her Jen. Jen Marie. Yeah, she's on Facebook, but she's not. She's in a couple of the Bigfoot groups that I put her in, but she's not really into the Bigfoot thing itself. She lives in Harrisonburg, so.
Oh, she's not the Bigfoot thing. Huh? Need to get her.
Nah, but she's interested in it, I guess you could say. She she sees a lot of stuff I share, so.
Yeah, well, if you take her in, just like start her out by turning her on to the structures.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if she really has an interest in the subject itself, but I mean, I don't try to push anything on anybody, but if they're interested, I share more and more as much as I can.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Sometimes I share basic information with certain people to show, if they show interest or if they're curious, I'll show them simple things, maybe share a couple links to get them started, but.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now my sister's a good example. My sister Melanie, she's very well interested, and she believes in it too. She's just not full blown as far as involved with the whole deal, but.
Where she lives?
Rhode Island.
Okay.
Yeah, she I know her son, my nephew. He's about 7-8 years old. Out of her kids, well, she only has one boy, but I'm going to turn him into a Bigfoot researcher when he gets older. Yeah, because last time she was down here, she had him wearing a Bigfoot T-shirt that she bought offline, and and then when my parents went up there to for my other niece's wedding,
Yeah.
I sent my parents up there with one of those Bigfoot necklaces, like the one I got you. I'll be able to give yours here when I see you in May, so because I got them all over here, so yeah.
I still ain't got no
Yeah.
coffee yet from them.
What's that?
I still ain't got no coffee yet. I can't find the link to get the coffee.
Oh, which ones? The Sasquatch coffee?
Yeah.
Um, if you want to order some, I could get it at a $4 discount. I mean, it's like 13 something or 10. I forget how much they wanted, but I could get it $4 cheaper but I haven't inquired about it because I would need people to go in on it because I mean, for what they want, it's not. You don't get a whole bunch. Like yeah, like a bag of coffee, maybe a pound. I think they want like $10 or $11 for it.
Well, what
Yeah.
is Maxwell Hill's coffee?
No, I don't know what it is. It's just because it has Sasquatch on it. It's called Sasquatch coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I drink a lot of coffee. Well, you know how much coffee I drink.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I'm
The thing
planning on
is,
break.
oh yeah, I'll bring some too. I plan on bringing some folders. So, but
I still got like 6 or 8 gallons of water that I bought when the water froze.
yeah.
I still got
Talking
six.
about water, I do plan on bringing probably at least 3 cases of water. I mean, 3 24 packs. Yeah,
Well, I'm buying. Well, I got 6, 8, 8 or 9 gallons of water in gallon jugs that I bought. I can put them in a cooler or something. I gotta buy another cooler. So I got a trunk for my cookware, and I gotta get a big enough another. I gotta get another big enough cooler for the food.
yeah,
Thing. You say just bring a generator.
yep. That's a definite. I verified that the other day.
That guy Larry, Grandpa Larry Davis wanted to sell me one for 250, brand new one. You could run a whole house off that generator.
Really?
Yeah. He got a hold of me the other day. I had to give him Tracy's number. He lives down in Whitfield with Tracy.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the generator that I'm being lent, the guy told me. I mean, I could buy it for $40, but I
Well,
mean, for what it is, I could buy a brand new one around 50 60 bucks for the size that he has.
what size is it? It's a
It's
little Honda. It's like a little Honda generator.
I believe that's what it is. It's probably about maybe not even 2 feet long, only about a foot wide, one of those kind. It'll be good
Great.
enough to run, plug a few things in, and then if I wanted to charge up my laptop, charge up the radio, see, the radios I got, or anyone else that wants to recharge on stuff. But
Well, bring it.
yeah,
I'll buy it. You bring it.
yeah,
I'll
he
tell
said,
the guy. He said $40. I'll buy it off of. I'll buy
yeah,
it.
all
I
right.
need one. I definitely need one.
Yeah, he's talking about he may be out there that weekend too, so you could probably talk to him. He wants to be out there that probably for the weekend. He can't stay any longer than the weekend because he's got to work. So, but so yeah, yeah, he's supposed to try to. I don't know. He was going to do it this weekend, but he forgot that it was Easter weekend, so he's got plans this weekend. But
Oh, so Easter this weekend?
what's that? Yeah, Sunday.
Oh shit, I forgot all about it too.
Yeah, so he's going to be
That's
maybe I'm not sure, but maybe next weekend if it works out for him, he's going to come by and pick me up, and we're going to go over to where we're going to be camping at, start in that
right,
area, and
right.
he just wants to. He's going to ride all around. He wants to show me a couple other areas. No, they're not in there. We're going to ride up to probably Reddish Knob, Brandywine, yeah, because that's all his turf. He grew up over there, and he knows the whole
Right
area. So
over in Highland County.
yeah, over all through that area. So,
Yeah, well I
but he
know Seldom Seen, Bull Pasture Mountain, Doe
yeah,
Hill. Well, I lived
yeah,
in Doe Hill for 6 years, and that's that's squatchy old road. That's why I had that 10-footer step out in front of me. I was on top of Jack Mountain. It stepped right out in front of me. I don't mind to tell you, it scared the shit out of me.
well, I'll tell you what, that area, well, Yeah, I had to, get a general idea. He kind of somewhat drew a little map just to give me a visual idea. Like from where we are, I mean, I understand the direction where everything is, like Brandywine, Reddish Knob, all in the direction those areas are,
Hmm.
because there's a lot of activity, and that place in that area is full of activity. Just from sightings and
Well,
um,
you got Shenandoah Mountain too.
yeah, oh yeah. But to see in those areas, there's a lot of activity that people talk about that are not publicly announced. So one of the things I plan on doing when we're out there is probably go up the road a few miles, probably up the round where the Camp Todd is that we came across,
Yeah.
and probably on the opposite side of there, just spread out in groups and uh, definitely explore that area and head out in that direction. Because I mean, the whole area, even that area, Brandywine, everything in and out and in between is all full of nothing but woods. And I mean, those areas got to have some activity up in there. Um, I mean, I know we're gonna find something, probably hear something, maybe see
Well,
what the area looks like during the daytime, and then possibly work the area to do some nighttime out there. So.
well, if you head up to Shenandoah Mountain, that's in West Augusta.
Hmm.
There's a place on your first or second turn that goes to your right up the hill. There's a little camp to your left, right off the road there. And when you walk back up in there, it's like walking back into a maze. It's like uh, it's pine thicket, but it's like you're walking. It's kind of like walking in on a road, but it's all covered with pines and stuff. And you got
Right.
bridges on both sides of you. And I'll tell you what, I know it's because I was up there last year target shooting. I'll tell you what, I seen structures out of the yin yang up in there. But a lot of people hunt up in there during hunting season, but no one goes up
Right.
after hunting season.
Hmm.
But that's part of
Well,
the Shenandoah Mountain there.
yeah. Well, I know one thing we have to definitely watch out for though, because next month. I mean, we already been experiencing a lot of warm weather, and I know the bears are out scavenging and doing their thing. But I think by next month we're gonna be hitting a lot more warm weather. I mean, it's only about a couple of weeks away, but
Yeah.
the bears with cubs, we know they're gonna be out and about, and those are something we definitely have to watch out for.
Yeah,
So
well, you see a bear with cubs, just
go the other way.
nonchalantly, yeah, nonchalant. Do not run. If you run,
Yeah.
throws a threat to the female bear. And hey, I've been tree bound before. That's not fun.
Right.
Because when we lived in Vesuvius, I seen one up a cub up a tree. I went down the road and
Yep.
got a rope from a lady. And I said, "What are you gonna do with that?" So I'm gonna catch me a bear cub. And she said, "Oh no, no, no." Yeah,
Mm.
well, Mama was 350 pounds.
Hey, Fred.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you're gonna have your video camera out there, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. As long as I
Now,
keep
when we're out and
working.
about, if by some chance, if we're out in the field and your battery goes dead for some reason, or you need a quick charge, I
It
got you
was
taken care of. Because there ain't no saying we're not gonna carry no generator out. The generator's gonna stay at camp. But
right.
I got something that's gonna charge you up.
Okay, because
Like I said, I'm coming.
I
All
gotta
right.
buy,
Could you?
I gotta buy me I'm gonna buy me about 5 or 6 more of them cards, put in my camcorder, so that way I can
Oh,
just
you talking about the SD card?
yeah, I'm gonna buy a
You,
shitload of them.
you should only. I mean, only gonna use. I mean, I got a couple here, but I'm gonna
Oh,
refresh one. I got
well,
some stuff that has old stuff in it,
yeah, well,
but
I done took mine. People say mine are kind of blurry, but I done used mine so many times.
hey, Nikki.
Oh, there's that
Hi,
wino.
Freddie.
Hey, you wino, how you doing?
I came to give you a drink.
Oh, you
Oh,
lucky devil. What is it?
oh my.
This is my best friend. Come here.
Yeah.
Say hi. Say hi.
What are you doing?
You're saying hi. Yeah, hi.
Now the fastback community knows you.
Oh.
What? Just you guys? That's it?
Huh?
I
What?
can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
Oh, you don't have your headphones. Yeah, she don't have her headphones in, so it's gonna. Yeah, her sound's
Okay,
muffled.
I stopped in to say hi.
Okay.
I'm glad you stopped in. Hey, drink one. Drink one for me, guys.
Okay, got it. Bye.
Adios.
Every Sunday and
Hey, well, that's cool.
Ladies, mate, I can't get any better than that. No, I've been to that bar before.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it's a nice place. It's a nice place, man. I like it.
Now she's supposedly down in Texas. Where exactly is she from? I thought she lived down in what, Louisiana or Georgia or something.
Yeah, somewhere around there, but her husband's
Yeah.
stationed in San Antonio, so that's where she's
Oh, I got you.
at.
Yeah.
She just got an award for being a leader as far as the ladies auxiliary.
Volunteer. Yeah, I saw that on Facebook. She put. Yeah, I saw that post. So.
Yeah, so she's doing good. But see, when we was down there, when we lived down there, we lived in San Antonio because my dad was in the military down there.
Yeah.
You know, we lived about like 3 miles from a horse riding thing. You know, we can go down there and ride horses too. You know,
Right.
but it was just too damn hot. There's no trees, and they got this god awful siren, tornado siren, or hurricane siren, if you want to name it that.
Yeah.
It's like down along the beach area. Got a storm coming in, it'll deafen you. But yeah, you know, I got I mean, the cars I got, you know, I didn't use them so much, you know, I done burned the insides of them up, so I got to give me some new ones and everything. I ain't touched my camera in over a month.
Yeah, I'm same here. Mine's probably has been a little longer, but last time I used mine is when I was up over there, where I was up hiking the lower part of the parkway over there. So I still got videos. I haven't. They're all on my computer. I only shared one to my YouTube channel, and it was called Parkway Hike One, Hike Part One, or something like that. But I have other ones, but and I had audio I recorded too. And when I played it back, cause see, all right, you know, I take my parabolic mic and I hook it to my digital recorder because I have the plug and everything.
And you
I test. Yeah, so I could record a longer time because it. And the thing is, if you record, I can record off the parabolic mic itself by itself, but you can only record one time, and it's only for like 10 seconds.
Is that all?
Yeah, yeah, only about 10. Now, who is it? Somebody, I think Kimmy's, they got one. Supposedly, I think theirs is unlimited, or a lot longer than mine.
Yeah. Well, see, they make 3 different kinds, and you got the cheap kind, you got the mid grade, you got the high volume. I can get the high volume, but that's like $69.
Yeah.
You can record for 2 hours off of that.
Well, mine, I mean, I'm happy with mine. I mean, as far as the sound, it picks up sound real good, very clear.
Yeah.
The thing is, yeah, I mean, all I did is hook up my digital recorder.
Yeah.
You know, I got the 2 ends right here, and you got the wire that goes into where you hook it into the microphone part, into the parabolic mic, hook it in and take and the microphone into here, and then the only thing is, I think it may be the wire, cause see, when I played back my audio that I had recorded on here, it was all like you had this interference sound, like a very winding, digital looking, sound like a computer sound, and I was
like my audio recording sounds. It sounds like I could be in the middle of the woods. Nobody says, "Are you around water?"
Yeah, because it like almost sounds like that.
Yeah, it's electrical interference.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's the wire that I'm using, because I've tried it before.
Well,
and,
I mean, when I leave my recorder out there, you know, with or without my parabolic dish, it does the same thing. It makes it sound like water.
Right.
The only time it didn't sound like water is when I was up there in Kennedy Ridge, when I went back there and I recorded at Yale. I think it was a Yale. Paul said it was a Yale.
Well, see, when I was playing back my audio, I was very disappointed because I had something on here that I did want you to listen to, because I was doing a few calls.
Right.
You know, the wind was blowing, so I was trying to you know, I was raising it up in the direction away from the wind,
Right.
and I was way up on the in the middle of a hollow, you know, headed up towards the ridge. I wasn't all the way up the top because it got steeper as I went up.
Oh yeah.
But overall, on my left hand side was nothing but thick laurel brush, and then
Right.
I mean it was an awesome sight up there. And I did, like I said, I did a few calls, and I kept listening, and out of somewhere along the line, you heard like a, I don't know what it was. It could have been anything, but it was like I picked up something. It sounded like a yup or like a, oh, I don't know, like it could have been a bark or something, but it was the sound like it sounded like yup, someone saying yup,
Kind
but
of like beep, beep,
it was like a
beep.
yup, but real quiet. Like out of everything, all the
Well,
silence, I picked that up.
you probably got a response, man. You know, because I've had responses. You know, like when I was up there, when I found that day bed up there at the apple orchard. When I said Jody Tushy Dewey, when I said Oshigwatsu, I got a whoop. But if Paul was the one that picked it up, he said, "You got a response." I said, he sent it to me, and you can hear whoop, real
And see,
low.
that's what I got to thinking. I said, could this be a far distant? I mean, a really far distant, possible whoop.
They could be
You
30 feet
know.
behind you, and this one had to be close behind me because it was crystal clear. It's like you could barely hear it. Like whoop. They kind of
Right.
whisper it. They kind of whisper it. You know, that's the fun thing
Now,
about it.
and the other thing is, and like I said, the wind was blowing on and off, and in that same area, because I had my tripod set up, my camcorder up, and as I was recording, I had I yeah, I had you. Well, you'll see me if I ever get it up there. But while I was standing up there, you know, doing the parabolic mic, trying to pick up audio, I was standing around, looking around. Then a smell caught my nose. I was like, I'm out here. There's no one else around, and I don't see no signs of animals. The only animal I did come across was a stupid squirrel that jumped out in front of me, scared the heck out of me because I wasn't expecting none. He jumped out on this dead log that was over beside me. I was like, damn it. But I did catch a smell, and I picked up a scent of urine,
Oh,
and
yep,
I smelled urine. I smelled it for probably about 2 to 5 minutes on and
yep,
off.
yep.
And,
They were
and
around.
that's what and you know what? In my video, you know, I'm quoting that in these laurel bushes, I said, if they're up there, if they're looking at me, or if anything's up there, I know I'm not seeing nothing. But if they're in there, I know I'm out in the open. They could see me. So if they were around, I didn't know. I don't know because I mean, like I said, they could have been sitting up in the upper part of the laurel brush or anywhere because the trees, when you go up, it actually darkens from the thickness of the trees that were further up.
Exactly. Yeah, because they can like up there when I started getting when I first went in that area and up in Kennedy Ridge, I was within feet of them and I couldn't see them. But if you remember when we went up in that first trail, to the left of us was really super thick.
Right.
They could sit down right there. You would never see them. They could be 10 feet from you. You would never see them.
Hmm.
That's the only bad thing about laurel brush. It's so damn thick that they could sit close to you or something like that, and you'll never know it.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's something I've been learning. But they can also sit out in the open and look like a burnt piece of log or a burnt stump.
Right.
Because I went back over that video, that first video where I was talking about when my head started hurting real bad. I was
Yeah.
looking across the ridge, and I noticed in the video there was a stump that it was like a down tree and then a burnt stump. I'm like, wait a minute. I got home, started looking at it, and then when I went back up there, I looked at the exact same area. There was no stump up there that was burned. There was no fire. Had been no fire up in there. But
Hmm.
yet I saw a black stump. So if you go back to the walk where I first go in and start hurting the left side of my head,
Yeah.
okay, when you see me scan, you'll see me scan across the ridge to my kind of like in front of me, but kind of to the right. kind of like 2 o'clock position, you'll see a downed tree, and you'll see something black right at the very back of where the roots are.
Right.
That was a squatch.
Hmm.
But the way it was sitting, I assumed it was a chunk of, I thought it was a burnt stump. They can do that.
Yeah.
And that really surprised me because I never paid a bit of attention when I was up there doing that. I was listening to the noises. I was listening to the movement. And my head, the more further I walked up there, the more my head started hurting. So, and the urine smell, but you remember we got skunks and possums too. But a skunk
Yeah.
has a distinct smell. A possum has a distinct smell. When I videoed, about a minute before I videotaped them squatches, I got, it was a rancid urine. It would have made a skunk smell like a bed of roses. It was so strong and so thick, it burned my eyes.
Man.
That's, and once you smelt it, you never forget it. So if we ever go up, when we go up in the woods, just keep that smell in the back of your head, which you smelt that day, and then just remember which way the wind's blowing. That day the wind was blowing in my face about 2 miles an hour.
Right.
And they was close. They was within 50 to 60 yards from me. And when I crossed the creek, they was over to my right. But I never paid attention. I was turkey hunting, you know. But that's something else you we got to talk. We need to talk to people about. It's the smell.
Right.
They smell everything, even though it's just a faint smell.
Yeah.
Because a polecat, have you ever been sprayed by a skunk?
No, thank God I haven't. Knock on wood either.
I'll tell you, when you get hit by that skunk, you can't smell it. Because that smell is so strong that it just blocks it just sends your senses into orbit in the opposite direction. And you can't smell it. But a person can smell you a half mile away.
Right.
But the squatch's smell was thick. I mean, it was like walking, it was like taking a cigar and puffing it so hard that the smoke is so thick that it gags you about 5 feet away. It gags you.
Yeah.
That's how that urine was on it.
Huh.
Yeah. I'll never forget that smell. That's why that day when me and you was up there, I threw my hand out and said, "Stop." And you smelled it, and I said, "Take a whiff."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is what I'm talking about. But intensify that by 50 or 100, and that tells you how strong it was the day I saw him.
Man.
That's another thing we need to keep an eye out for.
Yep.
Because, people say, well, I don't see them, and you say, well, it's the smallest thing. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, believe me. When you start paying attention to your surroundings, believe it or not, you can pick up 3 times as fast of what is in that area. A deer has a certain smell, like a doe during a rut. They have a certain smell.
Yeah.
What in the world? I don't want to look at Matt Moneymaker going, hey!
No, I showed you the Virginia Sasquatch hunting permit.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I just came across it. I was kind of going through some Virginia Bigfoot pictures. Yep. We do have a picture here of your buddy.
What? Oh, screw him.
I thought you might like that one.
That bad about I give that. I give that shit to Pat. She got rid of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, who's this right here?
Virginia Bigfoot tracker.
I'm not
I
from
don't know. Who is that?
Virginia. I had no clue. These are just photos. They don't give who they are or what.
Well, we do have a cop in Waynesboro who's a Bigfoot researcher, but he will not
Yeah.
share anything.
I'm gonna have to try to. Hold on. I'll tell you what. All right. Give me
Okay.
a second here.
Oh,
All right. Hold on. Let me undo the screen share here. If it'll let me.
Mike
I
Conlon,
know how to
Summer
pull them up.
Dawn.
I don't know how to get rid of them.
Summer Dawn. Okay, there we go.
Nah. All right. Nah. Hold on. Give me a second, and I'll see what I can do here. Just for fun. Let's try to pull up big. Hold on.
Because I want to try to get in touch with all the Bigfoot researchers in the Shenandoah Valley. That's what I want to do. Because if you get with some of the old timers, now I talk to a lot of old timers. I know more old timers than I do. Actually, I know more people older than me than I do my age. And like up on the
Hmm.
parkway, I know almost all the old timers up on the parkway, and they'll talk to me.
Yeah.
One reason they will is because they know my dad, my granddad, and all them, And I was raised around my dad and his buddies.
All right. Hold on. I'm just trying to see if I can pull up some information. Uh. Hold on here. Virginia. Keychain. No. I see Virginia Bigfoot tracker keychains. Uh, they don't. I'm not seeing no. Nah, it's not giving me no information. Nah, not seeing nothing.
There was one guy who had an article in a paper that says if anybody sees a Bigfoot, give him a call. He's in Spotsylvania or
Oh,
Spotsylvania County.
yeah, I dealt with that guy before. I called him and found out.
Yeah, and there's something like they go out and he wants to go out and shoot one because he wants $1 million.
Yeah, well, he's doing it because his wife is encouraging him to do it. So yeah, they could. Yeah, they want to get
All I
rich
can
off
say
of
is,
Bigfoot.
if he shoots a big male, it's going to piss him off, and that male's going to rip him to shreds.
Yeah.
Because there was a story I heard from a park ranger up on the mountainside where this Marine was a sniper shooter, and he went down, and apparently that part of the park was closed off because of squatches, but the park ranger didn't tell him that. He camped out. He said he had to go up a couple miles, and had to walk down the side of the mountain to a creek. He camped out down there. He ended up staying outside, but he was hugged up against a tree with a pistol in his hand because he was having rocks and screams at it. He said he hit that squatch 6 times with a 357 Magnum. He said when he went up there the next morning, he didn't find no blood, no nothing. He said all he seen was from the. He said it was huge, and it scared the shit out of him. But the park, but the Loft Mountain side, that's the pay. That's the side you got to pay for. You go on top of half the mountain, you can go up toward Humpback Rock and everything. All right,
Right.
Overlook One, Ravens Roost, and all that shit. That's free. But if you take a left and go up on the other way that heads toward Elkton, you got to pay to go on that part.
Yeah.
And those are the people that closed the parkway off that month because of Sasquatch. They didn't want no one. It's the same way it was down at Tracy's when they locked the gate on it. Same scenario. And I run into
Yeah,
a
that's
I run into a roadblock up here on the Coal Road a couple weeks ago. Well, before the Jeep started messing up. And what it was, I told them about what I was doing, and they thought I looked nuts. And I said, "You asked her," and she just like turned around like, "I don't know what you're talking about." That told me everything right there. So the Park Service and the game commissions know that there are Sasquatches in our woods. They know it, but they're not going to admit it.
Hmm. Yeah, talking about Tracy, that's one thing. Maybe Saturday, the first day when we get everybody there,
Yeah,
especially if anybody's coming from any distance. I mean, they're gonna be tired from traveling after getting
right.
set up. I figure everyone relax, take it easy, and maybe share a few stories. I definitely want to get you and Tracy, kind of give a rundown of, especially this is an expedition taking place in Virginia, so why not share uh, some stories and some of your findings that you
Yeah,
guys came across in Virginia here,
yeah.
and like yours is the most closest to our area, but what's interesting is that Tracy's, further south than us. So,
He's in
I
a hot
mean,
spot
and then,
too. He's in a hell of a hot
oh,
spot.
another one. How familiar are you with Cliff Stanley?
Never heard of.
Uh, you gotta. He has some really good research, and
Where's he
he
at?
has. He's in. He's here in Virginia. You gotta give me a second. I can tell you here. Just give me a second. Cliff Stanley. He is Glade Spring, Virginia.
Late spring. Isn't that down toward the
Yep.
beach?
Uh, no, he's actually in the mountains. He's more probably south in probably somewhere south.
Up around
Uh,
toward Winchester
no.
or over next to West Virginia line.
Hold on. I could give you a. Let me think here. All right. He studied the Virginia shooter. Oh well, he's from Bristol, Virginia.
Okay, that's down there next to Tennessee, right on the
But
border.
yeah, Glade Springs. I can tell you in just a second once I.
Around Radford area.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I'm
Radford,
thinking.
Bristol. Yeah, okay, it's right there. He's right there on the Tennessee border. Tennessee, Kentucky, and let's see, you got West Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, and North Carolina.
Hmm.
All of them right there at the butt end of Virginia.
All right. Hold on here. Let's see.
Because
Yeah.
I want to introduce you to Larry Davis. Well, Tracy can do that.
Yeah, here it is right here. I looked up his. Yeah, you're right. It's in that area. Well, it's close. Yeah, around the Bristol area.
Yeah.
It's a Glade Spring is a town in Washington County, Virginia.
Hmm.
It's a small population. It's part. Yeah, it says it's part of the Kingsport, Bristol, Tennessee, Bristol, Virginia metropolitan area. So
Yeah.
okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They showed the picture of the.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got a lot of. He's got like 5 different national forests he can go into.
Yeah. See, here's the information about where he's at. Yeah, right there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
We'll see if Tracy can get a hold of him.
Of who's Stanley?
Yeah, get a hold of that guy. This is
Oh,
down
he's
there.
gonna be. You're gonna meet him. He's gonna be here in May.
Oh, okay.
Yep. He's
Oh, he's an older gentleman.
yeah. See, that's him right there. See
Yeah,
with my mouse.
yeah, yeah. Who's the other one next to him?
I don't know who these people are. I don't know who they are, but this is him right here.
Okay.
He has some really good research, and just one of the videos I watch of his, he picks up audio, wood.
Yeah.
He got tree knocks and vocalization. He's got some really good stuff. So, yep.
Kingsport, Bristol. Yeah, okay. He's right. Yeah, he is right there on the border. He's got 3 states he can go to within an
Yeah.
hour. Within an hour of him.
Yep.
He's in a hot
So
spot.
now he'll be there May 3rd, but he won't be. Um, I'm not sure. I might have to give him the locate. I'll have to give him the link of the MapQuest Google link. I had to do that with another gentleman from Richmond that will be there. Um,
That makes my hometown.
Patrick. Man, names are just not in my head today. But yeah, one gentleman by the name of Patrick. Yeah, he will be there, coming from Richmond. So
All right, so
uh,
he's pretty much he knows my hometown is. He lives in Richmond. He knows where my
yeah,
hometown is. So he
yeah, this
knows.
guy Patrick, he's from that area. Yeah, so
All right, so he okay. So me and him's got something in common.
yeah, I ain't from there, but I lived
Well,
there
you lived
before.
there. Well, you
Yeah,
live right in the middle there, so you know.
yeah, I lived in Chesterfield, and then for a little while, a small
Now
part of Richmond. But
there was a sighting in Chesterfield on one of the power lines that goes back to a swamp. A guy and his wife was riding four wheelers one day, and they run across a squatch snatching a deer
hmm,
on the power line in Chesterfield. The first power line you run into, uh, well, right now you got the power lines and you got loads. I mean, they've done built up the last 10 miles of 360 going into Richmond.
right,
It's starting to look like a city because it's getting clear. See, from the Chippenham Mall Bridge to 360 truck stop was 31 miles. Now, from the last Chesterfield County to the truck stop ain't but 20 miles now. That's how many miles they done built up.
no
From
wait, are you talking about from Chesterfield 360 out to the truck stop over around Amelia?
yeah,
Okay, yeah, I know that area. I
yeah,
used to go
yeah.
in and eat there.
If you go underneath the Chippenham Bridge, you got the Chippenham Parkway, the Chippenham
Hmm.
Mall right there on your left hand side.
Right.
You got two interstate bridges from right there back toward Amelia,
Yeah.
31 miles. But now it's from what all they got, they done took 10 miles and put it into Chesterfield County and the city limits.
Yeah.
So it's 20 miles, well, actually 15 to 20 from there all the way to the truck stop now.
Yeah.
And truck stop is owned by uh, uh, Iranian or Iranian or
Yeah.
Cuban or somebody.
Of course, it's been over 13 years since I've been to that truck stop because me and the ex used to go there and eat because we used to live right there in Amelia.
Yeah. Well, see, when we were kids, that's where my mom worked at. She was a waitress there.
Oh, okay.
And we used to go across the road to one of Mama's friends and ride ponies. That's where I got kicked underneath the eye. I got kicked
Yeah.
right here, right there at the cheekbone. Oh, I told my
Hey,
brother,
Fred.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna make an announcement here because I'm about to stop the live broadcast.
okay.
Um, like I say, well, or anyone else that might have been watching, I only do this for fun. But April 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be our first real live show. We'll be going over basic Bigfoot, topics, and also again discussing the E.C.B.R.O. camping expedition. And we do plan on having a good turnout. I have a lot of people signed up to join, so I do not know how many people will be able to participate in this, but I'll accept as much as they'll let me to get in here.
I think it's
So
10. I think you can
yeah,
10 people.
well, we will definitely find out. It's actually next Saturday at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So I know Shane won't be able to be here, but he's going to
Right,
do his
right.
Breaking Bad thing. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
said something about he's going to come to a halt with our normal shows for some
yeah,
reason.
for the time being.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to be doing this once a month. I already have next Saturday, and then on May 17th, which will be our show for May, we will have excuse me, not Paul Hayes of the Geno Squad project. So, and he'll be discussing us, give us some information and details on that.
I'll talk to, if you
So,
want to, if you want me to, I'll talk to Bill Brock. And he just had some a face-to-face experience with the Florida skunk ape in Florida.
okay, Yeah, I mean that'd be great because I am trying to line up other people. Another thing which I'll probably discuss in on next week's show is um, this the E.C.B.R.O broadcast. I do plan on having other individuals on here at random times. They that will not be affiliated with Bigfoot. I got a couple people in mind. I'm waiting on uh, waiting on to hear back from them. They're actually related to me. They're my cousins. Um, it's just it's kind of a I like to try to help maybe promote and put people out there. They're actually involved with music, and they're getting some possibly maybe a record deal. But well,
Get a,
I'll get
get a
I'll
hold
get
get a hold of Tim Spears.
Tim Spe. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, from Waynesboro.
Yeah, he's got a show comes on every Saturday night from 10 to 10:30 called Virginia Dreams.
Yeah,
And he said get a hold of him or get a hold of the owner of Harrisonburg Auto Mall place up there, and
right.
and uh, and he's got recording studios that you can go to that if you want to be heard, that you can get in touch with these people, and they will turn you on to a recording studio in the area or wherever you want to record at.
Yeah, yeah. These guys here, they do a type of it's hip hop music, rap, pretty much. But these guys have a couple CDs with these known companies up in up in Rhode Island and Boston, and but they actually got invited to go participate at this one place in California, Los Angeles. So I'm hoping they could come on here and maybe discuss what's going on with that. And but
They've got
yeah,
a lot of stuff.
they're actually these guys here. They're very talented for what they do. I mean, even if you're not into that type of music, I mean, they are very talented in it. I mean, you got to really give them that. I've heard a lot of their music. Sometimes I share their videos and stuff, but and then I got other friends I went to school with that do music too. Now I like to try to get him, my friend uh, Brian. You would like his music. And this guy here, he's pretty talented. He's ever since the school, he can listen to a sound, and then he'll start doing it right there. He don't need no notes. He don't need none of that. He's one of those guys where if he hears it, he can play it, and
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah, he's like me and my brother, but we play by ear.
yeah. But this guy here, he's really into it. He's got his all his own equipment. He's got a pretty good band going on, so I'm gonna be talking to him. I was talking to him about a week ago. I'm gonna try to see if I can get him on here as a future guest. You know, so like I said, I'm gonna be trying to get people in here, promoting some of the people and what they do for work, and but most of the time it's gonna be about Bigfoot and different issues and topics. Sometimes I think we will get pretty blunt on a few things in the future, maybe, but
Oh,
I'm trying to, go ahead.
one thing I want to say, I want to send out condolences for the 18th for the people who were killed at Mount Everest this past week. They had a
Oh,
they had an avalanche and 12 were killed and 8 were
oh
lost or
wow.
something like that. It was one of the worst. It's the worst. Um, uh, uh, the worst accident that's ever happened on Mount Everest.
Oh wow, I was not aware of that though. That's wow.
Yeah, just taking punch in avalanche at Mount Everest, and it should
All
bring
right,
it up.
hold on one second. All right.
I need to get my phone out.
All right, give me a second here. Uh, let's see. Oh, hey. I think I've just found the link here. Hold on. Which one's the newest one here? Yep. Hold on 1 second. This one here is was just posted 2 hours ago on this link, and I'm waiting for it to pull up.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there watching the Discovery Channel, and they just said condolences. It happened April 18th.
Once it pulls up, I'll do a screen share here.
There was some very good researchers, scientists, tour guys who did what do you call it? People who take you out.
Guides.
Yeah, guides. They were killed. 12 were killed automatically, and there's a bunch of them, much more lost in that avalanche.
All right, right now it's not pulling. I mean, it's still loading. I don't know how. Usually, normally it don't take that long to pull something up like this.
Yeah.
Because I did a Google search on it, and usually everything pops right up.
Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do tomorrow when I'm over at my brother's over at Jeff's, I'm gonna record what we're doing to the Jeep, and I'll download it.
All right.
You'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
All right, it's still not showing up. I'll wait till I see it pop up. But I was on the other screen waiting for it. But yeah, that's too bad though. Yeah, if anyone wants to check that out, since I couldn't pull up the link, just Google avalanche in Mount Everest, and it'll provide you the link. But yeah, well, I was trying to pull it up because I saw something else there along with the avalanche. It said something to do with a bear. So a bear was involved with something too on that same link, and that's why I was trying to pull it up. It looked pretty interesting. Yeah, and it's still not trying.
Could have been Yeti.
Yeah, who knows? Anything's possible. But like I said, it said something about a bear involved.
You do know that the government got a satellite picture of the Loch Ness Monster.
Ray was telling me that. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the link. It's on Facebook.
Yeah.
But somebody made a good point about that. Somebody, all right, you know how a boat or ship, huh?
They're like a rusted ship on the back of a pickup.
Yeah. Well, somebody said it looks like when a boat or a ship is moving through the water. You know how the water has builds up the water like a wake,
yeah.
Like a waves.
Well, this was underwater.
Right. Yeah, I know. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, hold on.
I want to try to do something with Scott Carpenter as far as his dog man goes. That's something he's got me blown away right now. Yeah, I mean, you got something standing less than 3 feet behind you with something on his shoulder, and you can see its mouth moving.
All right. Hold on. All right. Yeah, because that link about the Loch Ness Monster thing, hold on, if it pulls up, I saw that here. But somebody made a comment under it, and it kind of makes a lot of sense. But, hold on. Where the heck did it go? Oh, I'm waiting for the rest of the Facebook to link up, load up. That's why I'm not seeing it. I think,
yeah, someone posted a picture of a video of a girl pointing to a brush pile, and they did a close-up of it, and it was a baby Juby Squatch.
Huh.
On his hands and knees, peeping through the brush. But to look at the picture, I mean, they was on the computer, but it was showing them video in the computer, and the girl's pointing. And then they showed a close-up of it, and sure enough, you can see a baby Squatch's face.
Hey, yeah, that's another thing I want to do, and maybe do a few screen shares talk and discuss about some photos that people like to share.
Yeah.
I think that's something they'll be interested in too. I mean, I don't want to try to copy what Shane does. He does the videos, real, not real. But I think
Uh-huh.
as far as photos, I think that will be a little different. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
won't make a regular show of it. I think just on throughout the show, we could pull up and discuss a few things like that too. But
Uh-huh.
all
Here
right,
we go.
here's that
Uh,
link I was telling.
Loch Ness Monster is trending. Please point people who are getting all excited to this post. They are finding monsters by satellite is apparently the thing.
Yeah, you see the.
It,
All right,
it
this is the Facebook post right here. The guy Ray shared
yeah,
this.
that's it. That's it.
It says satellite photo shows giant monster like biological shape at Loch Ness. Now, here's this gentleman right here, Amado Sagasta, if I'm saying it right.
Interesting.
Interesting, but someone in the comments showed how it's most likely a boat wake with a boat photoshopped out. Ray Herrera said, could be. I wouldn't put it past people nowadays. And Ginger says, it looks like a giant sea monkey.
Monkey. Yeah, I see that. But I mean,
Yeah.
what I'm looking at is look how big it is, and look. All right, look at the road. See the road? Look how big it. Look how tiny that road is. That's a main highway. Goes right to there, right? Now look at the size of out in the water.
Right.
All right, and you got those little teeny white dots. 1, 2, 3, 4 dots right there. They could be boats.
Now, another thing, you see this? All right, you see my mouse move around
Wait.
on the screen?
Yeah,
All right. All right, you see this right here? The shape, like which appears to be like a head,
yeah,
and you got like possible dorsal fins right here,
yeah.
and then you got kind of like the length of the narrowness here of the body towards the back. This almost
Right.
this almost looks possibly like almost like I'm not saying it is, but almost
A
looks like it could be
whale.
a hammerhead. Well, that, but I was looking more towards a hammerhead shark.
Yeah, but if you
Now,
look at
'cause
that size there, all right, look where the arrow was pointing from. The original location. They just made it bigger with that circle. But if you look how big it is there, and then look at the road on land,
right.
that gives you an idea how big that thing is compared to the road.
Hmm.
And that's probably about a good half mile off the shoreline. Because look at those
Yeah.
4 dots. Those 4 dots are boats.
Right.
And then look at the size of that.
Hmm.
It's interesting.
All right, let me go ahead and end this. I meant to end this a little while ago, but
Okay.
but everybody, yeah, be on the lookout for my links and updates. But April 26th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be live on air. See you then.
Later, go.